am out here in the back. I'm starting some more seeds in the new seed trays and the old seed trays that I've saved. I'm starting some more of those today. So I thought I'd bring y'all along with me as I pick out some more seeds to start in these trays and show you when I get finished getting some seeds started here and getting some more planted. I'll show you the seeds that I already planted and how they're coming along. Kids are out here in the backyard playing while I'm getting some seeds started. I'm going to start filling these right here up, and then I'll start on these little ones. I did get the seed starting mix. I've got it open down here, and I also got some potting mix. If I use all of the seed starting mix, I'm just going to strain out the big chunks of this potting mix and use the small granules that's left out of there. And I'm going to go ahead and start filling these up and picking out what it is we're going to start. Okay, here's what I've decided to plant. I've got spaghetti winter squash. This is an heirloom variety. I absolutely love this spaghetti winter squash. It's one of my favorite ones. So is the butternut squash. So I'm planting these two. I'll be planting some more yellow squash. I've already got some yellow squash seeds started, but I'll be planting some more to make sure that I have a succession of them growing. Then we got the black zucchini. I've got some little pumpkin jack belittles, the little tiny pumpkins. They're edible and they're also beautiful, and some ornamental gourds that I'm going to plant. I've got some more cucumbers. I got the small ones, and then some straight eights. The straight eights are the straight ones that I wanted for salads. I think I'm going to leave most of these flowers to plant to start in front. I also have little seed trays in front, so I'll be starting most of the flowers out front. That's where they'll be planted anyway. I probably will start some marigolds for back here to go in the garden, but I'm just going to start with these seeds that I have right now. I've got the black zucchinis planted. Just going to tuck them in with my finger and then just go over them. Get them planted in. And I'll continue with all the rest of these. The next will be the straight eight cucumbers, and I'll just go right along. Sorry I got all twisted around there trying to clip and video. I think I'm going to go over here and get some of this sage. I'm going to clip that and put it in my garden. I usually try to get out here earlier, but today I'm a little bit late. These blooms are really beautiful on the sage plant. I love that blue color. I don't need a lot of plants. Just enough. I mean, a lot of flowers. Just enough to brighten up that bouquet. I'm going to get a few sprigs of this beautiful elderberry. It's just so bright and pretty. It will look good in my vase. I'll just add some color. I don't want like whole branches. I just want a sprig here and there. And then I think that I'll get some of these pink roses. I should have brought a basket out here. I just came on out and didn't think about what I was doing. But if I had brought a basket with me, I could have laid my flowers in it. I had to clip off one of these beautiful peonies. This is what I gathered. My little irises are looking weak. I better get them inside and get them in some water. Now here is the flowers that I got. The beautiful $15 bouquet that I bought from the farmer's market. I'm going to go and change the water and put fresh water in these. And I'm going to pull out some of these dried flowers that are in here. The irises that are in here, they don't really last a very long time. And they turn yellow. These are the irises that came in here. So I'm going to take the ones that are in here out. And most everything else in here looks really good. Here's another one. The sunflower looks kind of like it's over it. So I'm just going to snip that out. I like to dry the sunflowers. I think they're really pretty when they're dry. So I'll put those in my dried flower stash. And the rest of it looks pretty good. I'm just going to leave it in here. I want to drain out the old water and add new, fresh, clean water. I'm pretty sure that I left my tripod outside. And so I'm just using this little one that I've got right here. I will have to go get that. But the water is really changed in here, so I'm just going to drain that water out. I'm going to add some fresh cold water, maybe even a few cubes of ice. If you change your water every day when you get fresh flowers, they'll live much longer. They'll last. They're not actually living, are they? Because they're, been cut off of their source of life. But they will last much longer if you change your water every day. Now, I've got that full. There's some things in here that are looking really good. Still some time to enjoy these pretty flowers. Now I'm going to go in here and get the flowers that I brought in from my garden. And I'm just going to tuck them down in here. I've got this pretty white iris. I think I'll put it right in the middle. Got this pretty peony. I'm going to put it front and center right here. Got a few roses. I'm going to snip off those leaves. Just add some pretty color over here on this side. Got the pink roses. I'll just tuck in. Near there. This bouquet that I got was kind of a pastel colored bouquet anyway. I'm going to stick the lacy elderberry in. Just to add some texture. And then just go ahead and add these sage. I can smell these sage flowers. They've got a strong sage smell and they smell good to me. Just going to tuck these right in the middle. I'll go put these back on my table and I'll enjoy these for about another few days. I love to take some things out of the garden and make a flower arrangement. This I already had. I already had this flower arrangement that my husband bought for me at the farmer's market. So I just thought I would liven it up and not make a whole new flower arrangement, but just use some of what I had here. So here it is. I'm going to go put it back on the table and enjoy it for a few more days. And there we go. It's pretty. The new flowers added some new life to it. And it'll be just fine for a few more days. I think I saw an ant on that iris, so I'll have to chase that down. Now I'm just going to throw these flowers that I had to cut away from it that were not any good. I'm just going to go ahead and throw these out here in the compost bin. My compost bin is accessible. I have it right here where I can just toss stuff from the kitchen into it. It makes it easier and it makes me more likely to compost. While I'm out here, I'll just share with you how the seeds are coming along. I've got some little bitty summer thyme down here. You can see the little seeds coming up. This is calendula right here. Not everything has come up yet. The basil has not come up yet here. And then over here, I've got all of this. We've got one green apple cucumber up. Hopefully the rest will come up. This is heirloom zucchini. There are just 3 plants here coming up. Chamomile. We've got 1 chamomile and 1 here. But then we've got a few things here. Some tomato plants coming up. The green pumpkins. Over here we've got these crookneck summer squash coming up quickly. Got some tomatoes and nasturtiums. Over here we've got more nasturtiums. Some more calendula. Basil. Got a lot of basil in that back tray. I'll have to thin that out. And so that's how all of the plants are doing so far. I've got these turned around. Zucchini. More zucchini coming up. All of these here are coming up. The dill's looking good. And by doing it this way, I won't have to harden anything off because it's all growing here anyway. It's all already growing in the sun, so it'll when it's time to put it in the garden, it'll just go right over here. It's getting morning sun here. Over in the garden, there's not as much sun as we have up here on this deck, but hopefully everything will transfer well when it comes time to do that, which will be in the next couple of weeks or in the next week, couple of days, because it'll be time to get this stuff on in the ground. I have shared with you before how I have waited to get it all started I've waited to get it all in the ground. To fill my little can back up. So yes, I have waited to get my seeds started. Our last frost date was April 30th. Today is May 2nd, so it's a few days past the frost date. So we'll be getting our garden in about a week after the frost date, and that's okay because you know, I've shared with you before, I don't mind getting my garden in late, a little bit later, to ensure that it doesn't freeze. We did have some cold nights, but it's really got up into the heat. We've had some 82 degree weather, 82 degree Fahrenheit weather days already, so it's warming up fast. And it'll be a great time to go ahead and get those out within the next week. We still got to do a little bit of weeding, pulling some things out of the garden out there before we put the plants in. And we'll also have to shovel some compost. So we've got a few things to do yet to get that little garden, vegetable garden outside ready. So we'll be doing that very soon. I'll be sharing that with you. And we've got the herb rack going on here. I've got some cleaver, which is good for ointments, and I think this is more cleaver. We cleaned out that front garden and it had plenty of cleaver in it. So I've got some herbs hanging here drying out. Lots of herbal plans. You know, when spring and summer's here, it's time to forage, to get together all the herbs that you want for your apothecary. So I'll be doing that along with other things. Thank you for joining me today. And like always, until next time.